Okay, so I'm going to paint this with Craftsmart khaki paint. It matches my Graphic 45 paper from Botanical Tea that I'm going to use to cover the box. I'm back again, and I have the box for the tag box of tags. So now it is a very plain eggshell looking paint, and it's matte, and so now I'm going to use, this is my spray box. My husband saves these for me. They're from Pumpkin Pie, believe it or not, at Costco. I'm going to use the Glimmer Mist, and I cannot pronounce it to save my life. Ponum Filobredo. It's more like a coffee color, is what I'm going to call it. So anyway, I'm going to shake it up really good. And I'm going to spritz it in here. I'm going to do all the pieces. Can you see that? Cool beans. And they're actually going to turn out like this when they're dry, which it gives an iridescent sheen and kind of a splattered look. Now you're not really going to see the sides very well with it, because I'm going to cover a lot of it with paper, but I do want the areas that do show to be more of an iridescent color. Okay. I'm going to start gluing now. Keep in mind that when you spray anything on the chipboard, it's going to take a while for it to dry because, you know, it is chipboard and you're putting something wet on it. So, and don't be alarmed if it does kind of bow a little bit. It'll come right back. But make sure that your structural pieces do not. That is my dog. I did put food down for her, but she's wanting something else, I think. Okay, so this is actually the tag box holder, and the paper that I'm using is the Botanical Tea Field of Flowers, and I cut 2 strips that is actually 4 7/8 wide, and then I use the top part of the bottom of the paper and the top of the paper. And what I did then is I went ahead and I creased where the corners are. And all I did was I used an old passkey for a room so that then I can fold it and wrap this around. So I think this needs a little bling. So I'm actually going to use a low light of cinnamon stickles and just kind of go over it. Now I'm going to use mercury glass. So I'm only going to be using two of the stickles on this one, because I already used a highlight and a low light with the twinklers. So now I'm going to come in here. That's how it turns out. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the clock that I stickled onto the back of the box with beacons. Tag stands on. It's not glued down, so that's kind of how that's going to look.